We have some good news for you in Obama's last week. Reporter Ryan J. Riley has the scoop here. He explains President Barack Obama shortened sentences of 153 federal prisoners on Monday as part of a clemency push before he leaves office in a few weeks. Obama has now commuted the sentences of 1,176 people during his presidency and has pardoned 148. So, just to go to the basics here, because I very rarely bring this up in the context of having these conversations about these issues. Commutation means I'm basically going to let you out, but you being in prison for a crime is still on your record. A pardon is I'm going to let you out and I'm going to strike the crime from your record, so it's like you never committed a crime. Both of them are good if you're releasing the right people. And what Obama's done is the overwhelming majority of that 1,176 group that he commuted and 148 that he pardoned, they're almost all nonviolent drug offenders. And what he's done is he and his staff have sat down and they've gone through the personal file of all these different nonviolent drug offenders. And he's handpicked which ones, okay, this one should be let out, this one should be let out, this one, a little questionable, other things in the past, yada, yada. So me personally, I would let out all the nonviolent drug offenders that I can. So, of course, at the federal level, I could do it. State level, you can't. But again, I would go further. I'd even put pressure on the states by threatening their funding to try to force them to release nonviolent drug offenders too. But me going further is a given. For what Obama's done in office, this might be the single best part of his legacy. Because this is the one that I think history will judge the most kindly. I mean, yes, the Cuba deal, great. Iran deal, great. There are certain aspects, preventing a depression. Say what you want about Obama. He's a corrupt neoliberal centrist, agreed. But yeah, there were big things that were good, and those are them. But this, I think, might be the best because it's so obviously right, and it's also so clearly something that no Republican president would ever do, and also I don't think other Democrats would necessarily do it either. I mean, obviously Bernie Sanders. But all the other establishment Democrats, I think, would be super establishment even on this, and they wouldn't release nonviolent drug offenders. And also, keep it real, you got the first black president who's releasing a shitload of nonviolent drug offenders. And that just opens up a door for the right to do their typical, stereotyping and dog whistle racism of like, yeah, I see what you're doing there, Obama. What, are you letting cousin Ray Ray out of jail because, you and him know each other? Of course the first black president's going to let everybody go who just smoked some weed or did some coke. But it's the right thing to do, and he's doing it anyway. So, this is great, and I just hope that in his last few days in office, he pardons Chelsea Manning, or commutes Chelsea Manning's sentence. I hope he does some sort of preemptive pardon for Edward Snowden, but I doubt that's happening. I don't even know if he can because he hasn't been brought up on trial or anything. And I hope he does just kind of say, fuck it, all the nonviolent drug offenders. I don't know if a lot of that is going to happen, but it would be great if it did. But either way, he's broken the record for pardons and commutations, and there's something to be said about that.